Hey everyone, it's Libby from Meister Tarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Wara, my First Nations people. It's WORIMI, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides, and the universal energies. Righto, entertainment only. Do apologise for the lighting. It is a rainy, gloomy winter's day out there today. It's sort of, winter's last gasp as we're moving into spring. The plum tree is flowering. The pomegranate, all its leaves are coming out. The fig, it's having a think about it. The grapevine's got its grapes, its grape leaves bursting out everywhere. The garlic's nearly ready for harvest. Things are pretty good. However, there's a lot happening on the world stage at the moment. Now, I have booked in to see my own soothsayer. She's a Reiki healer, and to have a have a go at my eyes for me. They are not itchy, they are not sore, but they do get red when I'm doing readings, so I'm just going to get her to do some work on me. She is a healer of the healers, so sort of next level up from being a healer. So I've booked in to see her. What a day. Now, I woke up this morning at 11 minutes past 1 a.m, 111. I really couldn't work out the significance of it, but by crikey, there's a lot coming out. Now, yesterday I read on what was happening in Brazil with Bolsonaro, and I got that there was somebody higher up the tree than even Musk, who is behind a lot of what is going on. I've read on this guy before. I'm going to see where it takes me, and it is the guy by the name of Larry Ellison. Now, Larry Ellison, aka Lawrence Ellison, he's 81 years old. He was apparently born to an unwed Jewish mother. He was adopted by his uncle and aunt. His aunt apparently was warm and loving, but his uncle was apparently very cold and abusive. His uncle uncle was an immigrant. So again, first generation from an immigrant. Oh, goodness me, these people. His uncle was an immigrant that had come over, made quite a success of his life. He took the surname Ellison after Ellis Island, which is where he went through the importation, it's an awful word, the immigrant process, but lost everything during the Great Depression. So he was quite a bitter man. So again, you can see the imprintation on these moneyed movers and shakers from their childhood with their and the same-sex parent is the most influential in a child's life during their formative years. So again, you can see this figure, his adoptive father, his uncle, who had lost everything during the Great Depression after being wealthy, turning quite bitter and cold. So you can, same with the orange twerp, you can see that impression. Same with Fleon's father. They all seem to have these father issues or fathers with issues. So I'm just putting that out there. Now, he has been in the past, fairly, giving charity-wise. He is now, news came out today, he is now worth more, he is the wealthiest man in the world. So when I did the reading yesterday, I said he's even higher up financially than Musk. Well, Larry Ellison, here he is. So Larry Ellison, he was the founder of Oracle. And with the advancing in AI, that's, the shares have gone up, and that's why he's incredibly wealthy. However, if I look at his details, he in 2014, he gave up the role of the Oracle CEO, but he still retains approximately 40% of the shares in Oracle. So he is the controlling body of Oracle. Apparently he sat on Tesla's board from 2018 to 2022 and owns 45 million adjusted shares before he stepped back as director. He's also the 50% owner of Paramount Skydance. Now, are we talking Colbert territory here as well? So yeah, again, very influential in the Paramount Skydance, 50% worth of shares there. Apparently in 2020, he moved to a Hawaiian island called Lanai, and I apologise if I've pronounced that incorrectly, Lanai, which he bought nearly all of the island. So he's moved to his own private island. Where have we heard private islands before? So that's a bit of his history. But going even more into his history, apparently he was the biggest donor to Rubio's presidential super PAC back in 2016. So he's a massive backer of Rubio. In 2005, he had been involved in a 4-year insider trading lawsuit where he sold 1 billion with a B worth of Oracle stock insider trading. So he'd been in a 4-year lawsuit with that. And there was an out-of-court agreement settlement that came about where he was to pay a $100 million fine. So he made $1 billion, but the fine's only $100 million. Like, how's that any discouragement at all? No, nothing. But to make it worse, the agreement was to pay $100 million to a charity, so he paid it to his own charity, a charity that he runs. So kept it all in-house. Oh. Anyhow, I want to have a look to see whether this is the dude that I was picking up yesterday as being the bigger person behind than Musk. And I'm going to use my runic tarot. Now, I have read on Larry Ellison not that long ago, but for those that know me, know that I do not remember what I actually say during a reading because my guides are putting it all through me. And if you hear my guides, let me know. So I've got my cheat sheet out, ready to go. So I rely on you guys to tell me, you said that, because I don't remember. Okay, entertainment only, allegedly. Let's get started. What do we need to know about Larry Ellison at the moment? Well, as I split the deck, we've got the 5 of Wands, the throwing under the bus card, sacrificing somebody who is maybe going to screech to start on this new journey. Now, I apologise about the lighting because I changed cloth so it's a little bit better on the table. When I get my own office and I can control it better, I will, instead of at the dining table, which I have to pack up and put out and pack up and put out, the lighting will be better. Should be in about 5 weeks. Okay. Secret agreements happening behind the scenes, my 3. Well, actually, it's the 9 of Cups, but you'll notice here the dark corner of the pub. You've got 4 figures in total here, maybe 5 in the distance here, but 2 at the table. This is my Vive la Résistance card as well, where there is secret dealings being done in the darkened corners of the tavern or of the Great Hall. Okay, tell me what we need to know about Larry Ellison. Tell me what dark deals being done in dark corners. What do we need to know about Larry Ellison? This just popped out. The Queen of Pentacles. She's very much about, wow, she can be nurturing and healing feminine energy, protecting energy. It's the challenge card. Okay. Told to stop shuffling. Okay, come on down. Let's have a look. Now, I just did the reading on the flying things over the Polish area. Somebody's behind that with the big money as well. Somebody's behind the big money with the unaliving of Charlie. It's all going to come out. So the challenge is the Queen of Pentacles. Homeland security, protection, kitchen table issues. Let's see where this goes. That is only one card. Yeah, it is. They're quite thick. On the bottom, the Five of Cups, the corrupt disregard for human life. Doesn't care who gets trampled in the process, who gets hurt, who gets killed. What do we need to know about Larry Ellison? Queen of Swords. Female legal action, potentially, the energy he's stewing in at the moment. See where this goes. Volatile information coming forward in the past with that, and justice crowning him. Tell me about Larry Ellison. He could be in some trouble about something. I'll just see if I can get that light a little bit better. There we go. The Justice card. Actions having consequences, justice being bought. The Devil. Investigation into the Devil. Especially with that on the bottom. Trying to block the legal process with the Two of Swords externally, trying to block the process. You've got this person in wolf's clothing, and you've got corpses hanging from the trees in the background externally for him. I am just going to mention too, while I think of it, because it's not necessarily related, entertainment only. There will be a huge flood type event. Oh, speaking of flood type events, Bali got 2 meters of rain yesterday in Indonesia. Huge flooding in Bali. Climate change, absolutely. Just, oh my goodness. But I'm getting in Zorro Ranch, and I've read on Zorro Ranch a couple of times. This was the Epstein Ranch, where allegedly, potentially, maybe, perhaps, sort of, kind of, there are rumours about it that it was a breeding factory, but there was also other awful stuff that went on there. And I've been getting quite strongly over the last couple of months that there will be a massive weather event. Oh, my eyes have just absolutely flared up while I'm talking about this. There will be some sort of flood or slip or something where remains will be exposed. I'm just putting that out there while I think of it. Not saying that this is connected at all. Okay. Internally, the passing of a leader with the Four of Swords, the death of a leader. So this is going forward, investigation of what occurred, trying to block the investigation with this Two of Swords. But then we've got the Four of Swords with the passing of a leader. Oh boy, because I go by the imagery. The hopes and fears, the Ten of Cups. It's end of a cycle, but you've got this emperor figure up here, the support of this emperor figure. I mean, Larry Ellison's 81. He's no spring chicken anymore. Boy, he looks like he's had some surgery to try and make him look sort of 20 years younger. Very much a sort of an evil Tony Stark type look before Tony Stark turned good, but okay, let's see where we go with this. Ten of Cups and the hopes and fears being celebrated at the end of the cycle, but let's see where it goes. The outcome, the Seven of Cups, smoke and mirrors, new birth in the middle here. Something new coming forward in regards to women. King of Swords, big legal action, and then the Ten of Pentacles, again, ending of a cycle, legacy, but it's also my raping and pillaging card as well. Some legal action, poor choices, a birth, legal action, and my raping and pillaging card. Okay. Disregard for human life. There he is sitting on his throne. The Eight of Pentacles. It is the hard work behind the scenes, but it's also the money trail. Somebody that got away. Plan underway, government, manipulation, dark money, steal, mercenary actions, and judgment. And then the Ten of Wands. Again, end of a cycle. It's going to bring everything to the end. We've got the Defiance with the Five of Pentacles, the Defiance, but things are going to be fully exposed about contracts and agreements that were made. Okay, Ellison, looks like from that, he's got his fingers in a couple of pies, but he's the one I was picking up with my Bolsonaro reading yesterday. Let's have a look. Is Larry, oh gosh, I feel like so many things are intertwined at the moment. Is Larry Ellison, let me ask straight out, allegedly, entertainment only, just asking a question, is Larry Ellison in the Epps files? He is of the right age, he is of the right power, he is of the right place. Show me. Is Larry Ellison in the Epps files? I don't remember the black book. Yes, that's a yes card, the Fool. Is Larry Ellison in the Epps files? Nightmare situation with the swords plunging through, yes. Oh boy, something they're trying to keep hidden, burnt to the ground. Six of Pentacles. Okay, I am down this rabbit hole of the first reading I did today with Charlie. Is that Charlie being tossed out of the ranks and the ranks closing behind him? The energy stewing in. Trying to stay out of the light with the Hermit in the past, trying to keep hidden. Crowning this reading, the Hanged Man, being sacrificed, seeing things from a different point of view. Strung upside down and exposed. I'm asking, is he in those files? We've got here the Four of Cups. Not seeing what is precious, what is important. You've got Loki, the god of mischief here, putting the cups out. If you think of the traditional one, not liking the information that's coming out. Externally, is he in the files? Surrender or success, depending on how you like to put it. The six, or two sixes here. 6 and 6, Six of Wands. I actually feel quite sick at the moment. Internally, action being taken. Taking fiery action. Oh boy. Yeah, that was me saying, oh boy. Hopes and fears, inflammatory information coming forward, trying to, with this fiery action, trying to stop it being advanced. I get a feeling Entertainment only, that it might be the affirmative, maybe possibly. Page of Wands. Some young person coming forward with information, the Justice card and the Death card. Far out. Far out. If I go to the bottom, we've got the Four of Pentacles. We've got this illusion, delusion, smoke and mirrors, poor choices, but we've got the Child in the middle here. Something that had happened in the past, a child that is going to bring down the wrath of the gods. The Seven of Wands there. Holy crumbs. Okay. Oh, man. I don't know where to go with this. I'm not going to ask the connection there. I do like my assets where they are. Entertainment only, allegedly. This is a big rabbit hole I'm down. Okay. Just show me Larry Ellison going forward. Larry Ellison going forward. The Emperor sitting on his throne. This is the here and now, my way or the highway, controlling everything. Boy, richest man in the world, challenged by potentially information coming out about a youthful tryst. Let me put it that way. You got the younger figures here clutched together. A youthful tryst. Birth, fertility. There could be a child there somewhere. Let's see where this goes. Yep, a person who was young, defiantly coming forward with information, the energy he's stewing in at the moment. Trying to keep everything secret with the Four of Pentacles in the past. Burning it all down. There may be a child there with the Seven of Cups at the top that he tried to keep secret. An independent woman who is comfortable in her own skin in the immediate future. Possibly a success, possibly paid off and used that money to become a success in her own right. King of Cups externally. Emotionally and internally the end. This could be a lawyer for this person or just a advocate for this person with this. You have a look at, they're both redheads. This one is a mere child. Both redheads here. Now blonde. Watch for the redhead who's now blonde. Hopes and fears, the bloodstained truth coming out. Again, the youthful energy bringing forward the information. Tower moment. And a lot of it. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. But the Hanged Man again on the bottom. Fiery information. The indolent disregard. But the wrath is going to be brought down on this individual. Death, justice, the past, finding himself out in the cold with that Five of Pentacles, or is this about the mistreatment that he did in the past? The death, destruction left in the wake, the disregard for human life. You've got the Knight of Pentacles, you've got the Knight of Swords, and you've got the wheel turning, and you've got finding himself restricted at the point of the sword. Okay, I'm going to leave it there before I get myself in any more trouble. Larry Ellison. Just throwing some cards and saying what the cards say. I'll let you guys connect your own dots. I'll catch you shortly.